Hello everyone. Today we're going to create a material effect that overlays onto a character's surface. As we can see, when the character touches the sphere, the material from the sphere gets applied to the character's surface. By modifying the material's color, noise texture, and adding some Niagara system effects, we can create status effects like burning, freezing, acid damage, and more. Alright, let's get started on making this together. First, we'll use a character from Mixamo and create a character blueprint for it as an example. Okay, that's all set. Let's place this blueprint into the level. This time, instead of changing the character's own material, we'll attach a separate material to the character by overlaying it. This is a great approach when creating surface effects that don't require masking. For the material, we'll use Fresnel and noise textures. Both are default assets provided by the engine, so we won't go into too much detail. Okay, this is a very simple example material. Next, let's test this effect in the character blueprint. Use the Set Overlay Material node on the character mesh and select the material we just created. Let's take a look. It's a bit too strong. Let's tone it down a little and maybe make the texture a bit more complex. That looks much better. Now we need to create a blueprint to trigger the overlay material effect. For example, when the character gets a buff. So let's add a box collision as a trigger, add a sphere as the buff. Apply a material to the sphere, then add a trigger event. When an actor enters the box's range, it will call the buff event. Store the object that enters as a variable, then add a custom buff event to apply the effect to the character. Now we need to connect the buff blueprint with the character blueprint that receives the buff. How do we connect them without directly specifying the reference? Generally, we'd use a blueprint interface. This is a very simple and practical method. Let's create a blueprint interface called BPI_getCharacter. Just add an output, change the variable type to skeletal mesh component, and rename it to getCharacter. That's it. Now, in the buff blueprint, add the blueprint interface we just created. In class settings, add BPI_getCharacter. Great, now we can see this interface. Oh, we need to rename it. New function doesn't look great, so let's rename it to getCharacter as well. Alright, in the graph, call the getCharacter message, targeting BPI_getCharacter. Yes, then pass this variable into getCharacter. Next is the overlay material. Just like we demonstrated at the beginning, use Set Overlay Material, targeting getCharacter, and set the material to the sphere's material, or we can create a variable to choose the material independently. Okay, that completes the buff blueprint part. If we play now and move the character over, nothing happens. That's because we only set up the blueprint interface in the buff blueprint. In other words, the buff can pass data into the interface, but the interface doesn't know where to send it out, so it won't work. We also need to add BPI_get character in the character blueprint to confirm that the character is receiving the buff. Add the blueprint interface. Okay, in the character blueprint, we don't need to do much. Just go to interface and assign the character mesh. When the character moves to the buff blueprint, the buff blueprint triggers, stores the object that entered the box as a variable, and uses the blueprint interface to determine which character receives the buff material effect. Yes, exactly. Let's check it out. Okay, we can see that when the character moves into the sphere's trigger area, the material gets applied to the character. Let's create a few different colors. Walk into this one and turn red. Yeah, a very simple effect. We can also use different character blueprints to apply the buff. For example, here we use another character. Move it, and we can see it works too. This is collision related, don't mind it. Just set the buff sphere to no collision. Alright, a simple and practical effect. Of course, this isn't limited to buff effects. It could also represent ground states like burning ground, frozen ground, or acid corrosive ground. By modifying the material's color, we can create different effects. Okay, that's all for this video. Hope you like it. Bye.